entire mindset. They feel more happy that 100 people know I won the prize. So they are doing, if there is a representation, oh, you people are not encouraging higher qualification, this, that, okay, so many protests have come, issues have come. So patchwork solutions will be avoided. You know 100 parameters of happiness in an organization. So you do very systematically, you work on their happiness index. So this grade of 100 parameters captures a wide range of IQ, EQ and SQ related real life issues which impact happiness of people working in an organization. The parametric assignment of weightages and relative values enable understanding of the entire matrix of organizational dynamics that is responsible for holistic happiness. The mathematical model developed makes it possible to optimize financial and non-financial incentives to maximize the gross happiness of the functionaries. The model developed has potential to become a forerunner of all HR processes with optimized value creation in terms of overall happiness and well-being of employees. These three girls have done wonderful, wonderful research which can become a future model for HR processes. So, the top level directors, they should capture the value of training and mindsets. Board should ensure that all the HR processes are grid connected so that overall happiness and well-being of employees is automatically taken care of. And they should be aware of the organizational dynamics that is responsible for holistic happiness. My vice chairman of Reliance got worried. He sent me an email. If you are really calculating the happiness index, gross happiness index, maybe it will come very low. He said, keep your research only to theories. Don't come to the number. And if it becomes public, that gross happiness index of Reliance is only 4 out of 10, then I will have it. He really got worried. Now, organizational behavior. Before I come to this, I want to tell you a very good story on perhaps. I just got it here. So, behavior of human beings in an organizational frame. Behavior with the boss and subordinates, their ownership and belonging, their punctuality, absenteeism, their satisfaction and happiness, their productivity, a strong common vision and demonstration. These are the important issues. When you talk of, say, absenteeism or punctuality, first you have to demonstrate. I used to issue a circular on 31st of December every year in NPTI that no more casual leaves. No more leaves in the next 3 months. So much is remaining to reach our targets and nobody will take leave. In very extraordinary compelling circumstance, that has to come right up to me. I should be convinced that we really deserve a leave, otherwise no leave. And all Saturdays will be working. It's a 5-day working. So my director administration and finance used to come to me, sir, you are doing a blunder. One day this will be challenged in the court of law. And all the 5 years I issued, and never anyone challenged in the court of law. Reason, we were working around the clock with a passion, with a common vision. I did not take a single casual leave in 5 years. And not only I, my peers also. It's a record. We never took a single casual leave in 5 years. So you have to demonstrate. And we worked all Saturdays of all 5 years. So once you demonstrate, how can people question you? They question you only when there is no demonstration. There is no common dream. There is no common purpose. Purposes are at different costs. Leader wants something, next fellow wants something, other staff want something. When there is no common vision, there is no common understanding, this all happens. Otherwise people never question you. Productivity I will come to, and ownership and belonging. Whatever we do, we all own it. That belonging and ownership is the most important. I should have kept it on the top. Without belonging and ownership, nothing can be achieved. Even the last man should feel ownership and belonging. The annual results of 31st March, on 1st of April itself, I used to share with all the staff, including the last man. Used to be, oh, the whole target was mine also. I was a part of it. Not only senior officer, but every person, right up to the drivers. Everyone would come, clap on the performance. So the ownership and belonging goes very strong. The organizational culture is manifestation of underlying human values. Organizational culture is signified by observable symbols. Now, how do you observe it? You know the culture of an organization? They are symbols like ceremonies, stories, slogans, behaviors, dress, physical settings. All this is the upper part of the iceberg. Lower part of the iceberg is underlying human values, beliefs, attitudes and convictions. Now here I can tell you at least one story. Mukul Kasliwal was talking on a table in a particular project. He said, Dr.Naidu, the profit in a business. The profit in a business is dearest to a businessman. And it can continue so as a religion. It can continue as a religion. Profit is the sole mode of a business. Fine, it can continue. As long as it represents our efficiency and vision and not manipulation. There's nothing wrong in being profit oriented as long as it represents our efficiency and vision, but not manipulation. Like evading income tax, like over-exploiting clients, over-exploiting employees, anything. Any pollution is there, then we are not doing our religious work. We are polluting it. Beautiful, beautiful way he put it. Corporate to grassroots level. You know, I was in a committee to decide an award called Power Man of the Year. So I supported Anil Kapoorkar. Somebody said, "Kya sir Anil Kapoorkar? He is head of atomic energy, and I mean there are many people who are working in energy and power sector. Why are you supporting him?" I said, look, electricity can be generated through nuclear reactors and turbines and generators and can still be reached to rural feeders in the remotest areas. So why should we be against nuclear power people? Similarly, why can't the benefit of corporate houses, business acumen flow to the society at large? Example. Reliance Communication writes a phrase of Dhirubhai Ambani. He was a great seer and a great visionary. That phrase is, I want to make an STD call cheaper than a postcard one day, he said. Not that Reliance Communication doesn't make profit, but their motivating phrases, STD call should be cheaper than a postcard. This was the vision many, many years ago that great man had. And it actually happened. Today nobody writes a postcard. Easier to pick up a mobile and give a call. So that corporate acumen has flown to the society at large. If electricity from a nuclear reactor can go right up to the last man in the village, why can't that corporate acumen, business acumen, flow to the society at large? Very big thing I'm saying. This is missing. Many businessmen don't think like that. Now coming to performance. This was application orientation. This I mentioned to you, that even to make training mandatory took 2 years. Now, we should know how to apply our strengths. I had 500 people who have worked in power sector for last 25 years, having so much of experience. I started thinking of backward integration of power training experience to academics. That was my slogan in the first 2 years. Because I know it will take time to make training policy passed by the parliament. It takes time. So first 2 years how to survive. And that was the backward integration of power training with academics, opening all these courses. That is application orientation. Then people said, Sir, फिर भी ये सब courses भी खोल के the kind of training weeks numbers you have envisioned for us we can't reach. And I got कोई बात. You start doing
8 megawatt which has come up. GE has developed recently 6 megawatt.
Go to schools, go to colleges, collect some energy efficient equipment from suppliers. They will be too happy to come and demonstrate. Do programs on energy conservation in the nearby schools and colleges and complete your numbers. But your numbers must be completed, what you have committed to. Sir, it will not give any revenue. I said, don't care. Just don't care. This is a corporate social responsibility. Let us do it. We did it in the first year. And the message started flowing upwards. Children were teaching energy conservation to their parents. Parents were talking in the ministries. Delhi is not too big. The message spread. My gosh, this institute does public awareness training so well. Advantage, you know. My staff used to come and say, sir, from any unit, if we come on transfer, admission in a school has not become a problem at all, because all schools say, oh my God, you are from NPTEL state, we will give you a seat. Because they are very good people, you know, that they create awareness on such subjects. Goodwill of schools, where we conduct programs. Second advantage, the message reached the power minister, and next year he said, I give you 1 crore check, do power reforms training. Straight 1 crore check came to do power reforms training because of our reputation in the previous year. And we did this training to 14,000 stakeholders on power sector reforms. And if you see, all these people were there from different sectors. Politicians, policymakers, CEOs, bureaucrats, government officers, industrial professional associations, consumers, financial institutions, chief engineers, senior middle managers of power companies, supervisory staff, trade union leaders, workers, and regulatory programs or something. Something is cutting there. Total was 14,000. Now, imagine what happened. My people's morale was boosted so much that last year we trained only schools and colleges. This year we trained even the MPs, even the parliamentarians, even the IAS officers, the planning commission fellows. So our stature has increased. Look at the multiple benefits it brings if you are properly positioning your organization. Then the efficacy. You know what is efficacy? Efficacy is effectiveness plus efficiency. That is efficacy. Now, you know, we made an empowering vision, a destination statement of do or die nature was injected into the DNA of the management team with 3 clear dreams. 100% self-sustained, largest training organization. They said, sir, this is too big a dream. We can't even digest. So I said, okay. In brackets, I will say, in Asia Pacific, reaching a turnover level of so much. An ultimate goal to become world's largest, reaching so much training weeks. Unique on the world map on sectoral specialization. This empowering dream we gave to the senior management team, that we have to reach it. And what we achieved? NPTI achieved university-like operation with a turnover of 11,000 students, trainees with 75,000 training weeks per year, with quality assurance as per ISI, and deemed university status agreed by UGC for camps which started MBA power, making it unique on the world map in sectoral specialization. So all this was achieved, which was done. And we got excellent rating in the MOU with the Government of India, Ministry of Power, all through 5 years, scoring 100% marks. Consistently superlative performance. Productivity, the quantum jump. You know, this used to be the trend of revenue, and it went on and on and on and on to 100%. This amazing transformation of number of trainees increasing from 1,800 to 11,575, training weeks 17,000 to 75,000, revenue 269 lakhs to 1,333 lakhs. The quantum jump registered was 616, 424 and 496%. There was a research done by MDI, Gurgaon. They said productivity in our country could improve by 30 to 40% without any additional investment provided. We could improve the leadership ability of our executives. The quantum jump in the productivity of NPTI establishes the fact that it could improve by 400 to 600%. What you need is resonance, not just vibration. Not just vibration. It has to be resonance in the organization. When I joined, there were 4 units of NPTI. Within 5 years, we expanded it to 10 units in 5 power regions of India. And this has camps also. Thank you. I could not gather many examples from other parts of my life, because this was the latest thing in my life where I was at the center of this organization. So I could not think of other examples, because I feel it when I talk about it. Because I was at the center of the whole thing. And if I tell you the stories, they are simply amazing. They are simply amazing. And the motivation works so much. The motivation works so much. Once I remember, we were preparing some people for competing in IST, Indian Society of Training and Development. And my people said, it's a very tough competition all over the country. People from OEDC training institute and so on come, and NTPC training people will come. And he said, no, we have to compete. There was one girl who was very good at preparing CPTs, computer-based training packages. We encouraged her to prepare her presentation and compete. She finally competed and was declared as the best lady trainer in the whole country. When I telephoned the minister, he said, bring her to Parliament House. I want to meet her immediately. Moral gets first. Moral gets first. Then we said, okay, let us apply for HR award of highest depot. So they said, sir, the competent people are NTPC, ONGC, and big companies you can name in the public sector. And what are you dreaming? Why you want to compete? We are very small organization, and of course you have done some HR processes which are very dynamic, but still you can't stand in front of NTPC. How much they have done, largest organization in the world. And some youngsters in my team, they started motivating me. So what is this? You use your presentation skill. You have represented India in that UN Assembly. Why can't you represent us in this competition? They started motivating me. And we started preparing our presentation. We worked on it seriously for 20 days. We used to have sittings and sittings and sittings. I finally made the presentation. Can you believe we bet all those and we were declared the ISTD award winners on HR. All this works with motivating each other. Something which you think is impossible is actually possible. Question is, what is the motivation level? And how much is the bondage in the team? How we work for each other. For those presentations, my team worked for day and night. You can't believe in a government organization, people used to even sleep in the office sometimes on deadlines. Such a dedication. 24/7 working for all. So, the real organizational dynamics, I feel, lies in the motivation and fairness and common dream and common thinking. That is the crux of it. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.